Hello everyone, you're on the PlayStatty channel, and today I will show you the top 20 games with the best graphics for your PS5. Games that can give such a picture that even the most fierce graphomaniac can have a fit of ecstasy. So, without delay, let's get started. 20th place, I gave Ratchet Clank with the title Rift Apart. It is a cartoon arcade game that looks and plays like an expensive 3D cartoon. A cartoon rendered in real time and in which you can control the main character. The first Mortal Kombat occupied 19th place. It is a reboot of the famous murderous franchise, which, despite releasing a new Tekken, is still the most graphic and brutal arcade fighting game. 18th place was occupied by Death Stranding by Maestro Kojima, a meditative courier simulator in which you need to deliver cargo from point A to point B, traveling through picturesque locations of post-apocalyptic America. 17th place was occupied by the recent Helldivers 2, a B-category game that may not have enough stars in terms of textures, but it gives such epic scenes that it is simply impossible to break away from the TV. Wildly, when hundreds of other beetles flutter on the screen, and somewhere nearby, there are spectacular explosions of multi-kilogram bombs. 16th place, I gave a remake of the Resident Evil 4 since I love the re-engine and the models it produces. Yes, perhaps the overall quality of the graphics here is quite average, and some locations look like soap, but you can't break away from the same faces of the weapons models. In 15th place, we have a game called Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which consists of 2 large toys and offers to put on the skin of an adventure seeker. A seeker who constantly gets into extraordinary and epic situations, travels through picturesque and abandoned temples, and shoots terrible guys in whole packs. 14th place, I put in Jedi Survivor, a sequel to The Fallen Order, and the only large AAA game in the popular franchise of ZV at the moment. A toy in which you can travel to a whole bunch of different and juicy planets, visit some locations from your favorite movie universe, and also look at the updated designs of already beloved Persians. 13th place goes to Ghost of Tsushima, a game that is not graphic in the usual sense, but it is good in style and effect, achieved due to a massive number of different small objects and the madness of the colorful Japanese aesthetics. 12th place goes to Control, a game in which any fight with the enemy is an actual parade of graphics and physics, during which everything flies, shines, farts, and is destroyed according to the laws of the real world, which, without exaggeration, looks and feels insanely cool. 11th place, I put Fort Solace, a short, interactive movie on the 5th Unreal, which demonstrates what large AAA games will look like in a few years, and the fact that very soon it will be pretty difficult to distinguish a video game from reality. The first 10th is opened by the 16th Final Fantasy, a game so saturated with high-quality effects that sometimes it is difficult to understand what is happening on your screen. Nevertheless, when you at least adapt a little and understand what to focus on, you will catch an unreal visual thrill from what is happening on the screen of madness. 9th place, I took The Last Horizon, a large-scale puzzle game in which, playing as a hunter for Aloy robots, you need to destroy these very robots and help the local aborigines with their everyday troubles. Despite the huge number of criticism from our community, the game looks just bombastic, especially on the 5th PlayStation and in the DLC Burning Shoals in particular, since it was in this DLC that the last juices came out of the toy. In 8th place in this video, I decided to give The Last 5th UFC at the moment, a fighting game about mixed martial arts that does everything possible so that you forget that you are playing a video game and perceive everything happening on the screen as another match on TV. 7th place, I put a fresh 7th finale, which just came out recently and looks extremely juicy. You can enjoy all this splendor of graphics and colors only in the quality mode because all this goodness becomes soap in the 60 FPS mode. In 6th place, I take the 3rd Modern Warfare, the last wizard and the most graphic military shooter of all that has come out recently. The graphics in this game are so realistic that even YouTube algorithms sometimes ban the gameplay of this toy because they think these are real frames of some military events. 5 of the most graphic games are opened by God of War Ragnarok, the last part of the God of War franchise at the moment, and, at the same time, one of the most sympathetic games on the 5th PlayStation. This large-scale adventure game has a mesmerizing spirit of landscape and creepy monsters with a billion details. 4th place, I put The Last Spider, which lost a little in duration compared to the original, but at the same time acquired a whole bunch of graphical improvements, and to the right became the most beautiful game about a friendly stalker neighbor, a game in which you can fly around the city at the speed of a jet fighter, and at the same time, the image will still be as clear and juicy as in static. I decided to give the 3rd bronze place to The Last of Us Part 2, another game, which, though it doesn't shine with incredible picture quality, with the help of competent art direction and attention to details, managed to turn a simple, seemingly picture into a real work of art, which you won't get tired of enjoying even after 1,000 playthroughs. 2nd silver place, I got Cyberpunk 2077 with the addition of Phantom Liberty. 3 years after the release and the patch for new consoles, this game finally played with new colors. It became exactly what they were promised in 2020, namely an awesome game about the distant future, where there are impressive giant buildings and the streets are full of people with unique and unlikable faces. The first place I give to the remake of Demon's Souls is because not a single PlayStation game has surpassed this masterpiece regarding graphics, effects, and decorations. This masterpiece looks better than most modern toys, even in a cut and slightly blurred mode of 60 FPS. Today, this is my list of the best PS5 games with great graphics you can play now. What's your list of good-looking titles? Write below in the comments. That's all for now. See you in a new video soon.